The Departments of Labour, Home Affairs, Transport and State Security have finally broken their silence and are condemning the ongoing truck attacks. They say they will deal decisively with the matter. Around 84 trucks have been burned or damaged since April. Government says the freight and logistics industry is vital to the economy. Labour Minister Thulas Nxesi says economic sabotage will not be tolerated. He's also appealed to employers to stop using foreign nationals as cheap labour. Staying with that story, Employment and Labour Director General Thobile Lamati joins us on the line. Good evening and thank you for your time. So, government is going to deal decisively with the war on the trucking industry. What does that boil down to?
Well, there are two things. One, good afternoon and thanks for having me. Two things. One, government will, given the fact that the banning of trucks, whatever the reasons are, that is an illegal act and that borders on criminality. And therefore the police will deal decisively with the criminal element. It doesn't matter whether people are not happy with what is happening in the country in terms of the increased employment of illegal foreign nationals in the trucking industry. The second thing that we agreed that we'll do is you'll remember that prior to COVID and the lockdown, we had joint inspections that we were conducting together with the Department of Home Affairs, SA Police, Department of Employment and Labour, and also the immigration officials from the Department of Home Affairs. So we agreed that we'll then resuscitate that because when we were doing that, we could see the impact of that. Quite a number of employers who were found to have been employed, people that are in the country legally, were fined by Department of Home Affairs. So we want to resuscitate that. That's the second. The third thing is that we want to continue meeting with the stakeholders in the sector. We started with a meeting today, and we're going to continue meeting with them on Saturday, because I think two of the stakeholders were not part of the meeting today, and citing that they were not given enough time to come to the meeting.
So in your statement that you released just after this meeting, you said that you would be implementing, as government, would be implementing some cross-cutting joint measures that might inconvenience the public. What do you mean by that, just so that the public is aware of what's likely to happen?
Again, you'll recall that prior to lockdown, we part of the joint efforts that we agreed we will do was the manning of roadblocks by the Department of Police, ourselves, Home Affairs, so that we can stop trucks, search them, check whether they are in the country legally, and then take action in incidences where we identify a violation of immigration acts. So that's what we mean.
Have you heard from the South African Police Department whether they've made meaningful progress in identifying the criminal elements behind the truck attacks so far?
Yes, we met with as part of the coordinating efforts that or coordinating responsibility that we have as a department. We met with the Department of SAPS, State Security and Home Affairs, and Department of Transport. And I'm sure you must have heard that on the 23rd, the police made some arrests with regards to the torching of the trucks. So we're happy with that. That hopefully will deter, everyone or all those who want to continue with this crime.
So 84 trucks have been damaged or burnt since April this year, and a number of drivers have lost their lives in this ongoing battle. Why has it taken so long to get to this point where all stakeholders are involved in these meetings?
We've always been involved. We've always involved all the stakeholders. I suppose that the lockdown and COVID, put a stop to the meetings that we're having and the joint inspections and the joint roadblocks that we had. And I think that now this is opportune time that we all come together because we see that there's a resurgence of the touching of trucks. Even though when we last met with the stakeholders, we briefed them in terms of what we're doing as government in an attempt to find a lasting solution to the problem. You will recall that we announced that as a department we're working on both an employment policy and also a labor migration policy, and also Home Affairs was working on a number of amendments to the Immigration Act.
Well, thank you very much for speaking to us. That was Employment and Labour Director General Thobile Lamati, and we look forward to seeing that decisive action being implemented.